Grunkmeyer sets, now fires. Hakopian lines one out to center field. Lausch going back near the wall. He looks up, and that ball is out of here. A 3-run homer for Eddie Hakopian as he makes the lead double digits for the Terps, and they're ahead by 10 here on this Sunday afternoon. Now he kicks and fires. Porter lines one out to right field over the outstretched glove of Ganis. Calarco rounding third. He will jog home. Porter into second with a stand-up double. 15-1. Hollis Porter have a day. He's 4 for 4. He's got another RBI, putting his total at 3 for the game. And the Terps just continue to pour it on.
Pitched 1 hit, 2 strikeouts.
Here's a ground ball, high chopper. Luderman able to get the lead runner at second. Soroy over to first. And they get the double play. Fantastic work by the Sox infield. And that takes us to the bottom of the 9th. James Nunnally to lead things off. Sox trying to win it. Here's the pitch from Bud. Line drive into right field. Oster over. He's not going to make the catch. Tavares into second. Coming in to score is Luderman. Genuine rounding third. There will be no throw. Evan Tavares with a game-tying RBI double. You needed a hit, and you got one. From CLA, 10 hits in this game. Terps with 2, but no runs for Maryland. First pitch to Hill. Popped up near the left field line, and that ball is fair. Rounding third and coming home is Eddie Hakopian. Over to third is Chris, and into second with a head-first slide is Aiden Hill. So that's all it takes, just a bloop double out in the left field, enough to get the Terps on the board. They still trail 11-1. Mentioned earlier how the ball is going to fly today, and it certainly has. Here's the full count, and Hill sends a ball into right field. He flips the bat. Aiden Hill leaves the yard. Double digits for the Terps. 10-5. Boy, has the ball flown today. And the Terps making noise here in the late innings as they open up a 5-run lead over the Huskers. Koshi takes a deep breath and fires on a 1-2. Caught him looking. Back-to-back Ks for Koshi. And there are 2 outs as Garade will try to extend the inning for the Ducks. Martin taps it. Timmerman can't find it. He has to leave it for his third baseman, who just can't make the play. Wilson's going to try to score, and he's safe. Great base running from Leah Wilson. He never stopped running. And on a chopped infield single from Braden Martin, he cashes in a run to make it 11-5. Yeager takes a look at Ganis at first. Now resets his gaze to the catcher, Calarco. Here's the 1-1. And Knott hits a ground ball to second. Hakopian flips it to his brother Chris. Fires over to first. Double play. The Hakopian brothers team up for a nice 4-6-3 putout. Langley on first, Sowers on third. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Soroy hits a tapper over to third. Estes to the plate. He muffed it. Sowers scores. And Charlottesville is going back to the title. Jackson Soroy, the dirty Terp, comes through. And in a 12-inning thriller, the Tom Sox are going to their 4th straight Valley League championship. But now it's 0-2 here on Blaine Waltmeyer. Newman deals. Called strike 3. Dawson Newman slams the door. And it's time to celebrate here at Joe Airport Field as the Sox able to take this one 10-6 over Newmarket.
And now Perry Hargett walks out to the Phineas and Ferb theme song for the second batter of the inning.
Here is Hargett for his first at-bat of the afternoon. First pitch from Inden. Good slider for the strike. Hargett, who's spending his 104 days or so of summer vacation with the Sox, but he plays his spring ball at North Carolina. Working on a 150 average so far. It's been a slow start for Perry. No one out, runner on first, and Perry singles through the right side. Clayton will make the turn. He will head to third. The right fielder, Prado, won't throw, and now the Sox have runners on the corners here with nobody out. and Walker Buchanan coming to the plate.
Little inside-out swing action right there for Perry Hargett. The exit velo won't jump off the page right there, but it does do a job. Puts the first run of the day potentially for Charlottesville just 90 feet away. Their third hit of the ball game so far, all singles, and now a chance for Walker Buchanan, who's been struggling mightily, to turn that around and try and bring in the first run of the day for Charlottesville.
And then we'll throw back to Hargett on first. Perry's got good speed over there. But now it's Buchanan who will dig in. As you mentioned, that slow start, he's got a 100 average, has yet to knock in a run. Got a good opportunity here, and he takes the first pitch right up the middle, gloved by the shortstop Kono, but he can't make the play. Everybody's safe. Walker Buchanan's got his first RBI as a Tom Sox, and it is 1-0 early here in this one.
That's great to see for Walker. He's been putting bat to ball. He's been taking good at bats. He's reached base a couple of times with some walks throughout the past few weeks, but he just hasn't gotten anything to hit that outfield grass. And funny enough, he still didn't get that baseball to touch the outfield grass, but it is an infield RBI single, and it gives the Tom Sox the lead.
So it brings the 9-hitter, the designated hitter, Lee Sowers, to the plate. He's got his fellow Tar Heel on second base, and Hargett. First pitch to Sowers, gets away from the catcher Hirsch, and both runners will move up 90 feet on the passed ball. So now Sowers has two men in scoring position here. I think they're going to score that a wild pitch. That ball was in the dirt. Always can be difficult to tell, especially from where we're sitting. Our camera is behind the catcher. We don't have a center field camera out there to see from the other side. Big opportunity here for Sowers with still nobody out. Second pitch to Lee. Breaking ball in the zone to make it 1-1.
It's another guy for the Sox that's looking to get going. He had those two doubles last Sunday against Newmarket. Not too much since, though.
1-1 to Lee. Slider misses outside, and it's 2-1 here. Nobody up in the Purcellville pen, neither for the Tom Sox pen. Buchanan's going to deal with their starter for now, with the top of the order looming for the Sox. One already in, two on base, nobody out. Good block there by the catcher Hirsch, and Sowers ahead in the count here, 3-1. A guy who is really impressive in his limited action for the Heels, and a really talented UNC team this past spring. We know the talent's in there, can really hit the ball hard. He hasn't in as much as he wants, but right on cue, here's a lifter into right field. That's going to drop for a hit. It drops in front of Prado, and coming around to score is another Tar Heel and Hargett. It's 2-0 here on the RBI single from Lee Sowers.
At the top of the lineup for the Tom Sox,
second RBI this summer for Lee Sowers, and that's the fourth straight single to begin this bottom half of the second inning for the Tom Sox, who already have 5 hits in this ball game off of Indon. Nothing too hard hit. The Tom Sox just dinking and dunking their way into the outfield grass to take a early lead, and they're not done yet.
Runners on the corners for Jackson Soroy. He takes a first pitch strike off the outside corner. Soroy 0 for 1 with that backwards K to start off the bottom of the first. Throw back to first. Sowers in there safely. Got Buchanan on third and Lee on first here. Still nobody out, and 2 runs already in. The leadoff man, Soroy. Second time through the order for the Sox, and Soroy lifts one out to fairly shallow right field. Prado drifting over. He will make the catch. Buchanan's going to tag. Might be a play. It's a great throw from Prado, but it can't be controlled by the catcher Hirsch, and Buchanan's in safely on the sac fly. 3-0 Tom Sox here, hitting all 3 of those runs here in the second inning.
Two former Who's teaming up there for the third run of the inning for Charlottesville. Soroy does his job with a fly ball into right field. That was a heck of a throw by Prado, but Hirsch just had a little bit of trouble corralling the ball on the one hop. Buchanan had to do a little evasive measure to get around Hirsch, the catcher, but he was able to do so to make it 3-0 Sox.
So now after his first inning single, here's Preston, the hamster gamster, looking to keep the wheels spinning as he takes a fastball off the plate for ball 1. He's got Sowers on first with 1 out. Gamster, the TCU product, will to keep the line moving. There's one on the corner for strike one. Gamster, when you look at his numbers, that average doesn't really jump out. At 237 coming into this game. As the third pitch to him runs inside on the breaker. But what's really propelled him is a combination of that power and the walking ability, too. He's got 8 coming into this game, and that is why his OPS is as high as it is, sitting at around 830. 2-1, Inden will throw back to first. Lee in there safely.
And that's right, Daniel. He's had a lot of extra base hits come in bunches. Talked about it in his first at-bat, but he had that triple and double against Covington the other day. He probably should have had a home run as well.
There goes Sowers, and he swipes second there on the stolen base. Count is going to be 3-1 here on Gamster. Tom Sox using that small ball to their advantage. Like you said, there hasn't been anything that's been super hardly hit, but they've been able to dink and dunk 3 runs across. Here's a 3-1 to Gamster. Swinging a drive into center field. Acevedo barely has to move, and he will make the catch. Sowers will not tag, and there are 2 away, so James Nunnally will have a runner in scoring position, but 2 outs.
From Aldie, Virginia, James
And this is somebody you
Nunnally.
want to have up in this situation for Charlottesville. After the 4 straight hits to start, you had the productive out for Soroy on the sac fly. Gamster just gets under that one. We've seen what he can do when he barrels up a baseball and gets that sweet spot of the bat. He had that home run week and a half ago here against Harrisonburg, but now Nunnally, who's also looking to get that first long ball, steps in, and he's been great in the RBI department.
Takes a strike on the inside corner. He's down 0-1. Not only a guy who didn't start off super hot, but since then he has surged. He's got 11 RBIs on the season for the Sox. He's got Sowers on second with 2 outs. Second pitch outside for a ball.
And on the season for Nunnally, coming into the game, hitting .368 with a runner in scoring position. One of the best marks on the team, just behind Kyle Langley, who's 6 for 12 in that spot.
Here's the 1-1 to James as that ball misses down and in. 2-1 here off the right hand of Inden. Inden will swap out the ball, but you just go down the list for Nunnally. He had a multi-hit game at Stanton and Strasburg. You got the bases clearing double against Strasburg on the 12th. You got the 2-run single versus Newmarket, the 2 RBI singles at Covington. I mean, this is just a guy who really lives for those at-bats with the runners on base. Here's the 2-1 from Inden, and Nunnally right on cue down the right field line for a hit. Rounding third and coming home is Sowers. Nunnally will get into second without a slide. It is an RBI double. There's number 12 for number 2. And the Sox have made the lead 4 here in the second inning.